I was requested to do my freshman school supplies list on my, what is it? Oh, my prep for freshman year of high school video. So I figured that I would do this fairly soon because a lot of people are getting their school supplies now. I saw, I think Brie Loves Beauty do her haul, and a lot of people go back to school like the first week, or the first 2 weeks at least, in August. And I don't go back till September, so I don't have to worry about it for too much longer, but that's pretty crazy. So I figured I'd just get this out of the way now. So the first section I'm going to be talking about is what you need for different organization systems. So there's 3 different systems. There's the binder, the notebook folder, and the binder for each class. If you want me to, I can do a more in-depth video on this, but what you need for your binder system, which is just having a binder for all your classes, you're going to obviously need 1 binder, preferably like 3 inches or more, some paper. College ruled, do not get wide ruled. Wide ruled sucks. Some college ruled paper, loose paper to put in your binder, as well as tab dividers and maybe sheet protectors for like syllabi and that kind of thing. The next system is the notebook and folder system. So this is having a notebook for each class and a folder for each class. So that's basically what you're going to want to get. You can get either a notebook or a comp book. Some classes will require composition books. So you might want to wait until like the first week of school to even decide what organization system you're going to do, depending on how many notebooks you need, and to actually buy your notebooks, because some classes are kind of weird. You're also going to be wanting to buy a folder with each composition book, preferably one that like matches in color or in pattern. Like I had this patterned composition book with the same matching pattern folder, so you know these 2 classes go together and that kind of thing. And then the next little organization system you can use is a binder for each class, and that's where you have like a 1 inch or even like a ½ inch, I think I saw those, binder for each class in different colors, obviously. And you put all your stuff for that class in the binder, including like any kind of notebooks or that kind of thing. You can do tab dividers, but they're not really needed. So you have that. You have all your stuff in like different binders. So for that you need 6 binders. Overall, in case you were wondering, I chose the notebook folder system, and I liked it a lot better than having a binder for all my classes, and I couldn't go to my locker, so the binder for each class I couldn't really do because it's a pain carrying around 6 binders, understandably. So the next section is the basics. Overload on pencils, just get a whole box of like 24, and erasers. A lot of kids ask for erasers, so don't be the person that just buys the pencils and then asks somebody to borrow their eraser. Get a separate one on your own. The next thing you're going to be needing is colored, like, gel pens, or just ballpoint pens even of different colors. So, like, this one's blue, and it is a gel pen. It's one of my favorites as well. Or red for grading other people's papers, and sometimes even your own. You oftentimes will like peer edit and that kind of thing, so you definitely need colored pens. Next thing you're going to be needing is a just normal black pen. So I had some teachers where they required you to use a pen on certain assignments, and it would have to be black a lot of the times because they would grade in like red or blue pen. So get a black pen. I've had so many kids like ask to borrow my pen and my pencils as well. So yes. The next thing you're going to be needing is a USB, and you can just get like a 4 gig one, and this is to transfer your assignments to your computer at home to the computer at school, or even like PowerPoints or that kind of thing, because you can't always email, you can't always rely on email. Oh, sorry, I am yawning like crazy. So get a USB. You don't really need more than like 2 gigs. They can get a little bit pricey though. The next thing you're going to be needing is a scientific calculator. You don't need anything more than this. as a freshman, especially for if you're going higher than geometry, if you're taking a math level higher than geometry, then you might need a graphing calculator, but don't get one until your first day of school and when the teacher like tells you, because oftentimes they'll give you like a list of things you need for that class. But if you're in Algebra 1 or geometry, you just need a scientific. But if you're like in Algebra 2, which is also known as Algebra 3-4 or pre-calculus, which you shouldn't be, then you need a graphing calculator. Just remember scientific. The next thing you're going to be needing is graph paper. You do a lot of graphing in algebra, which is the class you're probably taking. If you're in geometry, you don't need it as much. I still like to have it on hand. So I was in Algebra 3-4 and I was in geometry, so I took 2 math classes. You will need graph paper most likely at some point in the year. Also for science, we used it quite a bit, so get a pack. You probably won't use more than a pack, but yeah. And then for your extras, like things that aren't exactly necessary, but trust me, you want to have them. There's whiteout for a lot of projects. I would ask people if they had whiteout, and nobody had whiteout. Not even the teachers had whiteout. And a lot of times, you will make mistakes, and it'll be in pen, and it's frustrating. So get a pack of whiteout. You can get some from just like the dollar store, and it just works fine. Bic is my preferred brand. And the liquid kind, not the weird strip kind. I don't like that kind. You're going to need, as I said, a graphing calculator if you're in a math higher than Algebra 1, or geometry. I mean, if you're in a math higher than geometry. And then a pack of colored pencils. Sorry, I can't speak. You can do like a 12-pack or 24-pack. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to get a 24-pack for my sophomore year, because a lot of times we did do stuff where we were required to color or have colored pencils. And it's snazzy to have them on hand and not have to go borrow the teachers or that kind of thing. And a lot of times the teachers don't have the colors you want, so you're going to have your own pack. But you really use colored pencils a lot. And with that, markers. Markers is something that's not as necessary as colored pencils, but there are times where you'll do like nice projects in class. You can do like the thin kind or the thick kind. I'm probably going to get the thick kind for my sophomore year. I don't know. But I didn't get any for my freshman year, and thinking about it, I want them. And hand in hand with that, expo markers, they're not completely necessary, but you probably will be doing stuff with whiteboards in class, and your teachers may or may not have them on hand. It just depends on the teacher. So the last thing in the extra category are scissors and glue. Like I said, a lot of times you're doing stuff with projects and you'll actually find yourself needing it. So I would recommend getting some scissors and some glue. And then the next category is, of course, backpacks. So you're going to need a backpack, or if you prefer, a tote bag, and a lunchbox. Yes. Well, if you don't buy lunch, or if you buy lunch and you don't bring it from home, then obviously you're not going to need one. But I prefer a lunchbox to the paper sacks. Paper sacks suck, and I don't really like school lunch. It's kind of gross. And then the last category are things that aren't exactly necessary at all, but I sincerely recommend this. That is getting poster stuff, because you will be doing projects, and you don't always have the time to go get a poster board before that project is due. So I would get like poster board or poster paper, and like cool looking patterned paper to make your poster board look prettier, as well as maybe some cool stickers. And that is everything. So I am going to go. I hope you guys found that video helpful. Sorry I didn't have all the supplies to show you. I haven't gone school supplies shopping yet, and I really want to. So I am going to go. Goodbye. Have a good freshman year of high school. Woo!